We've got another hand for you today. This is going to be a declare a play problem, and we pick up the following 12 count in the Zenith. The Zenith is a match point tournament where it's not best hand bridge, so our partner could have very little or quite a lot. We don't know, and we pick up this nice 12 count. As 12 counts go, it's above average. We're going to see how the bidding progresses and then decide how we're going to play whatever contract we finish up in. So, partner opens a club and East passes. So we bid absolutely fine with one spade. We're going to bid our 5-card major, knowing we can bid again over whatever partner bids. And partner bids a no trump. So now we decide how to continue. So we've got a few options. Now we've got 12 points and partner's no trump shows 11 to 14. We could invite game. We could just bid 2 no trumps. We could just bid game. We could bid 3 no trumps. I would lean towards, if I've decided to play no trumps, inviting. I don't really want to get to like a 23.3 no trumps going off, because that won't score you a good board, because in the Zenith you're playing against thousands of other people. Lots of people play every board, and if you haven't got enough points for a game, you probably don't want to be in it, because if it doesn't make, you're not going to score very well. But we're going to decide how we're going to progress, and what we're going to do is bid something called new minor forcing. One of the things you do with Gib, with the robots, is when one of you's rebid a no trump, you can bid the minor that hasn't been bid yet. So in this case, 2 diamonds, and it's called new minor forcing. So basically, partner will just bid and explain the hand a bit better, and your partner bids 2 spades. The way Gib does this, generally they will be showing a major if they have one, either a new 4-card major or 3-card support for yours. The way Gib does it, it will prioritise support over showing a new major. So this doesn't deny 4 hearts. In real life, this might deny 4 hearts depending on the partnership methods, but with the robots, this doesn't deny it. They've just shown 3 spades, and we're going to decide what to do. I think once we've got a fit, our hand's much better than a 12 count. It's a pretty good 12 count anyway. I'm going to decide, I'm going to ignore inviting, I'm just going to bid game. So I bid 4 spades, and we have to try and make 4 spades. Hopefully partner doesn't put down a minimum. So partner puts down the following hand, and they lead the queen of clubs. So we're going to have a quick count about how many tricks we're going to make. And it's a bit difficult to count how many tricks we're going to make, because there are a lot of suits. 3 of the suits are going to have options. We might be able to set 2 heart tricks up, for example, during the hand. We might be able to only lose 1 diamond. We might lose 2 diamonds or something like that. So what we're going to do is try and count our losers and try not to lose more than 3 of them. So we might have a spade loser. If the finesse loses, we could take a spade finesse and have no spade loser. We might have 1 or 2 heart losers. We've got 1 definite one. We're going to lose the ace, and we might have a second one. For example, if ace queen are offside, or we play a heart to the king and it loses the ace, we're going to lose the queen as well. So we might lose 2 hearts. That's 3 losers. We might lose a diamond. We're likely to lose 1 diamond, but we might lose a second diamond as well. We've got 4 diamonds in the south hand, trying to get rid of them, and so we've got 5 potential losers here. So we've got to think about being a bit careful. Hoping some of the things lie well, and because we've got so many suits with holes in, effectively we've got 5 potential losers. 3 no trumps might not make, things might not go very well if the spade finesse is offside and you're going to lose 2 hearts and 2 diamonds. You might not have enough tricks in 3 no trumps. So our aim here is to try and make 10. Nice if we can make 11 if things like really nice, but our aim is to make 10 here. We're just going to play to do that, and so we're going to win the first club in hand and probably take a spade finesse. So we're going to go small. Oh, and they play the jack. So when they play the jack, it tells you that West has led a short suit. There's no way West is leading from queen to 6 here, and the jack is singleton. But they could definitely lead from a singleton queen or queen X. When they lead from, if it's a singleton queen, fine. But when they lead from queen X, it's often because they've not got a nice lead otherwise. They might be looking at one of the heart honours. They might want to not lead from the ace of hearts to the queen of hearts. They might not want to lead from the king of diamonds. And they might not have a spade suit they feel comfortable leading. They might have, for example, king X of spades, which isn't a suit they want to lead. So in real life with humans, it's definitely when people start leading these doubletons, doubleton honours, it means they probably haven't got a nice lead otherwise. So if they had, for example, 10, 9, 8, 4 diamonds, that's a much safer lead. So when they lead that, you've got to think about it. If it turns out to be a doubleton, that they've led from a suit, it's a bit of a risky lead because they don't feel they've got a good lead elsewhere. So we're going to decide whether we take the spade finesse or not. Now, if it loses, there might be a club ruff. And if they ruff the club, is that a bad thing for us? So if this loses to the king and they play a club back and ruff it, well, we can just play the 5 on that. We're going to lose the club ruff, but what we can do is throw our heart away on the king of clubs, or throw our fourth diamond away on the king of clubs, and maybe play to make some of the tricks. The issue with that is we don't necessarily know which of our red losers to throw away at this point. But I don't think I'm scared of a club ruff, so I think I am going to take the spade finesse. However, the way it went, they covered, which is great. But I'd already decided I was going to take it. I wasn't going to play ace in another, which is one of the things you could do if you're scared of a club ruff. So brilliant. We're not going to lose a spade now. Now we have to avoid losing 4 tricks in the red suits. Okay, so we play a spade, and we're going to draw trumps, I think, because we know there's a club ruff looming. I don't really want to suffer that club ruff. And we're going to draw trumps by playing the 9 first in case spades are 4-1. So we're going to play the 9. Everyone follows, so spades are 3-2. Let's see who's got 3 spades. Okay, so West started with 3 spades. East started with 6 or 7 clubs. We don't know how many yet. We could test that out, but I think we might want the king of clubs as an entry to play hearts later in the day. So what we're going to do now is turn our attention to our best remaining fit, which is diamond. And there's nothing better to do that I can see than taking the diamond finesse. Potentially, if there's king doubleton on side, king to 3 on side, or king to 4 on side with things falling, we can potentially make 3 diamond tricks. And by things falling, I mean you need to see the 10 and the 9 so that your 8-7-6 become workable. So we're going to take a diamond finesse, which lost. Okay, so we've lost 1 diamond. If diamonds are 3-3, we can still not lose any more diamonds, which would be great because we make a contract. If diamonds aren't 3-3, we're probably going to have to try and make a heart trick and not lose 2 hearts. So they play a diamond back. All right, we'll see what happens. And we play a 3rd diamond. East throws under the club. So what we're going to do at this point is take stock of the hand, and you need to be doing this at every point. You should probably pause at trick 1, maybe at trick 3 or 4, and then maybe later in the hand if it's a complicated hand, and think about what options you have now when you've got a better count of the hand. If you're counting one or both defenders, what are they going to do? Now, in this particular case, hearts isn't a suit I want to play. It could be frozen, and that means whichever side plays hearts loses a trick. If I play hearts, the king loses the ace, and the queen is with east, I'm going to lose 2 heart tricks. But if they had to play it in that situation, they would lose a heart trick before making any more than 2. Okay. So what we're going to do is have a quick count of the hand. So West started with 3 spades and 4 diamonds. That's sure. And West started with 1 or 2 clubs. So if West only started with 1 club, what could we do here? Well, what we could do is throw them in with a diamond. We're going to lose this 8 of diamonds anyway. There's nowhere to rough it. There's no winner to throw it on in the north hand. But what we could do is play the 8 of diamonds. And if West wins and has only got hearts left, they're going to have to play a heart for us. And we're going to make our king of hearts wherever the ace lies. But there's something slightly better we can do with that. On the assumption that West has at most 2 clubs, we can eliminate West's clubs first. So let's just have a little look at how many clubs West started with. Play a club. Looks like they started with 2. And we're going to rough a club just in case they started with 3. It doesn't feel like the robots would lead queen from queen 3rd. So now, at this point in the hand, we have an exact count on West's hand. We know that West started with 3 spades, 4 diamonds and 2 clubs guaranteed, because we've seen all that, which means they started with 4 hearts. So the last remaining cards are, they must have 3 hearts left and a diamond. And it doesn't matter what those hearts are, if we play our diamond, they're going to have to win it, and they're going to have to play a heart from whatever their heart holding is. So what heart holding did they have? Well, they initially started with the ace to 4, and now they have to play a heart. Their end played. We've counted their hand. They've got no other suit they can exit in, which would cause us to play hearts, which we don't want to have to do. So they played a heart. They played a small to the queen and king. I then concede the 2 of hearts to the ace and make the jack of spades for 10 tricks at the end. That scored about 80% or 78% or something like that, which is pretty good to get that in play. But it's one of those things you should be doing as a general rule, if you can, is count a hand. Count the hand that matters. So in this case, East didn't really matter. We were focusing on West because West was the hand we were trying to throw in. Yeah, you could spend time counting both hands, but some of the time it won't matter. And here, once the diamonds didn't break, but someone turned it with 4 diamonds, you've always got to think, could I throw them in a way that they will have to play a suit for me? You'll notice that if we went back to the start, hearts are frozen. If North has to play hearts, it'll go 6, 4, king, ace, and then we'll lose the queen. So if North has to play hearts first, we lose 2 heart tricks. If South has to play hearts first, we lose 2 heart tricks. Doesn't matter which heart South plays. If South plays the king, West plays the ace. If South plays low, West plays low. So North-South can't play hearts without losing 2 tricks, but East-West, for the same reason, can't play hearts without losing a heart trick. So you know that if North-South play them, they're going to lose the first 2. But if East plays a heart, South will play low, West has to play the ace, otherwise the Jack wins. And again, you've made a heart trick. And we just saw from the hand that we played that if West has to play a heart, South will make the second heart with the King. So that was an end play after counting the hands. That scored pretty well in the Daily Zenith. I've been Steve, and hopefully I'll see you soon for another bridge hand.